know we're live here. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. We'll chant for a couple of minutes and then read something here. I gotta get the microphone here. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Oh, one more masala chai.
One more?
Yeah, keep this. Just one more, okay? Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we're going to read in a couple of minutes. I'm chanting and inviting people here. I have this neat way of doing it. I can just invite a whole bunch of people. Yeah, if you turn your phone this way and you hit share, send a message, you can very quickly invite like 100 people. So everybody should be doing that. If you need a should in your life, you should do that. See? You get a whole list. You can in just a few seconds you can invite like 20 people. And then you go up, you can invite 20 more. Very fast. See? This is called another kind of preaching. Yeah. See, invite people to church here. This is the best kind of church, fun church. Okay, there we go. Hey, it's pretty exciting today. I was chanting with this thing, the M8. This thing. And it's so rewarding. It's really quite amazing. And once everybody gets this spiritual potency, like you really get it, and you start to taste the name. All you have to do is just do like Lord Chaitanya did. You just go out and sing the name as your bhajan, and you not only do you advance, but everybody else advances just by hearing you chanting and relishing the name. See, but the thing is, you can't be like all over the place. You got to, when you're chanting, you got to be like really chanting the name and tasting it in your heart and your throat like this, and your ears. So, but when you get the potency, just by staying in this sadhu sangha here, it's pretty rare stuff. You get that potency, then you'll be making spiritual advancement like effortlessly. Without even, without, I can't say effortless, you got to put out some effort, but it's almost effortless. It's no big struggle anymore. And you can just have fun serving Krishna just by relishing and tasting the name, just like he did, and like all his devotees do. Okay? And that's the strongest preaching, because people look at you and they start to just say, wow, this looks really like the person's really happy, and he is, you are, and not only that, it's a transcendental happiness, and that emanates and purifies the world. There's actually nothing that will purify the world like that. No rules, no regulations. It has to be really this taste for Krishna, which will purify everything. Okay? So this is how we club the Maya. This is the club for Kali Yuga. M8. All right. So let's read here from the Lila. So, chapter 6, Sri Nityananda's glories. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Now, another little thing, don't be putting big stickers up here on this thing, because this is for the chat. If you put I got a big sticker sticking in my face here, and I can't read the chat. So don't be a bunch of pictures and stickers on our chat things. So on this, when we're doing a Facebook Live, because now this is in the way here. So I'm going to see if I can delete it here. So I appreciate the sentiment, but it's really not the thing to do, big thing. Just, if you want to make a comment, make a comment. No big stickers that stick up, Okay. Glory, glory to Lord Chaitanya, and glory to Lord Nityananda, and glory to the Lord's devotees. Accompanied by his servants, Lord Nityananda enjoyed the bliss of Sankirtan in this way. Lord Nityananda enjoyed the same pastimes he had in Vrindavan. He made every heart sincerely attracted to Lord Chaitanya. So, isn't that what it's really about, simply put? Okay? To have a heart sincerely attracted to Lord Chaitanya. There you go. Thank you very much. See? So again, that's Guru. The Guru makes every heart sincerely attracted to Lord Chaitanya. Not every heart, And no problem, just the way it goes. So not every heart, of course. Some people they're adverse, but you could say every heart because everybody gets purified, even though it looks like they're not. So the process is so obvious and so simple, but it's lost in the checklist. The process is a person has to be sincerely attracted themselves to Krishna. Otherwise, you can't attract others. Your heart has to be sincerely attracted also. Okay? So, and that's a transcendental situation. You cannot be sincerely attracted to the Lord unless you have the grace of God, which comes through the disciplic line. See? That's the whole point. Jesus came here to make every heart attracted sincerely to Krishna, right? So, or to God. They would say they have the more. They're not quite a deep understanding of the Lord, who He is and how He's passing. But anyway, to worshiping God. And you need that spirit of devotion. We talked about that this morning. So, He made every heart sincerely attracted to Lord Chaitanya. In His company, the devotees became wild with ecstasy. See, again, so Lord Nityananda represents the start of the disciplic line. Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda. Okay? They're just naturally, that's the second form. That is God in the second form. Okay? So He made people attracted to Krishna. And so in the association of the Lord Nityananda, and now whoever the Lord in 2018 empowers with the same bliss, the same ecstasy, the same conclusive understanding, people will be wild with ecstasy, just like they're doing in our Sangha. We're all wild with ecstasy, yeah? Nityananda was wild with ecstasy. Right? Therefore, those who took his association automatically started to become increasingly wild with ecstasy. Yeah? Isn't that pretty simple, how this works? Okay? It gets very complicated when you speculate. So his body was fully decorated with the ornaments and flower garlands. His red lips glistened with betel nuts and camphor. Seeing Lord Nityananda Ram's pastimes, some people became delighted, but in other people, faith in Lord Nityananda did not take birth. Isn't that interesting? And this is when you get, if you don't have it already, but when you get the potency, you get the Bhakti potency by associating with devotees. When you go on Sankirtan, you'll see this same thing happen, because you become a real representative of the Lord with this potency. And then some people you'll see will be delighted. And there will be others who are not delighted by it. Matter of fact, they look like they get morose. But that's not a bad thing. Hey? It's not a bad thing. That's just their impurities coming out. See, it comes up when they, it's just like these Vaidhi Bhaktas whose lips curl when they hear some of our preaching, some of my preaching, right? Is it a bad thing? No, this is just stuff coming out. Okay? So, practically, here, if you come and listen, you may be delighted, but there's spots, but there's stuff inside also that comes out. See? That's the nature of the spiritual potency. It's dynamic like that. See? So don't be thrown off. Don't think, oh, why do I feel so low? No, hey man, it's because you're hearing and you're getting exorcised. Exorcised. See? Exhorted. Stuff is coming out automatically. That means, and just know with confidence, there's just more room for bhakti, more room for devotion. This is the best psychotherapy technique. Get the spiritual potency. Work from the platform of grace. Okay? So, and that's how it works. It's that simple. So, this potency that Nityananda had is transferred in disciplic line. Now, you got to find those who actually have the potency, and they cause the same effect like this. See, that's proof that they're bona fide. See? The others who are just kind of maintaining the disciplic line with the rules and regulations, they can't do that. They just try to be everybody's friend, and keep, please men. See, like Jesus called this, the Pharisees, he said, you're just trying to please man. You try to please your friends. and you'll do whatever you need to do to make them happy. See? But doesn't mean that may not make God happy. See? So what makes God, the supreme truth, happy is devotion, right? Bhakti. It's a spiritual potency. And it naturally causes this polarizing thing. See, now we're learning about Lord Nityananda's nature, or any devotee's nature that's in the real line. See, they polarize. See? And if you don't see that going on, then that's not where the spiritual potency is working, or the devotee is hiding. See? That's why, one of the reasons why Prabhupada and Bhakti Siddhanta didn't show devotional ecstatic symptoms like Nityananda did, because some people are delighted by it. But the way things are when he first started, most will not be delighted. See? The only reason why, well, I can't say the only reason, why I would surmise that I got the order to preach this is because we have a lot of backing in those books now. They're all out, and I can justify everything here. I just pull it out, and so that makes it believable. See? Otherwise, it appears crazy. You see a devotee chanting a holy name and crying, laughing, wandering around in bliss. It seems like insane, doesn't it? Nityananda was doing that. See? But they had the backing of all these other ecstatic devotees who would say, oh yeah, very good, this is good. It's not a bad thing. It's not a crazy thing. See? So you're going to see in this pastime, the Lord He's trying to help a Brahmin understand certain things like this, okay? Because Brahmins, or people following Vedic Bhakti path, have a very hard time accepting the next stage, usually. Because they've been, how people are conditioned in this world? Well, you become conditioned by the rules and regulations. Usually you start to think they're all in all. Everything, I'm going to be delivered by these rules and regulations. No, it's just to get you to the next stage. And even that, you need to accept the association and the mercy and the grace of those on the next stage. And by association, you get there. So in his company, the devotees became wild with ecstasy. And that is really the secret of deliverance. You want to be delivered from this material world? You just accept the company of an ecstatic devotee who is given the order to express what Nityananda expresses, Lord Chaitanya and their devotees did 500 years ago. Just by accepting that association, you can be delivered in this life. Because you'll start to, it's already happening here. People are accepting our preaching. They're starting to have ecstatic experiences. They're starting to cry when they read these literatures or hear. They feel exhilarated. Like Radharani this morning, as soon as Krishna came before her, she felt exhilarated. Actually, Krishna didn't really, yes he did in the form of mantra. She said, actually, Krishna's before you, and that was enough to enliven Radharani. And that's basically what we do. See, we're enlivened by Krishna through his mantra. See? Through chanting these pastimes, there's an enlivenment that comes from that. See? We put Krishna before us in the form of mantra. And the devotees who by hearing enough and purging enough, getting this stuff out, the crapola, you get more attracted to hearing. And then you get really enlivened by this. Because we're putting Krishna before you by preaching the glories of the Lord. See? His qualities, name, extra. So those who have become attracted to that and begin to love that, see, when you actually love the Guru, you're just loving Krishna. Because all I'm doing, what am I? I'm just a box, man. See, I'm a box and I just put this
the contents before you. And then people say, oh, I love you so much. Oh, that's great. That means you're starting to love Krishna, because, all I'm doing is delivering you with the contents in the box. Here's the box and the contents are in here. See? And when I hear my disciples say, oh, I really love you, Gurudev, I say, oh, great, they're starting to, no, they got the mercy of Krishna. Because I'm just putting Krishna before you, and you're starting to say, I just love hearing from him. I feel exhilarated. See? Because Krishna is really doing it. And I'm just this, the instrument. See? Like the name. A lot of people here, they say, Gaurahari Das' Amazing Grace Place. That guy is in a big false ego, huh? No. That's conclusive, man. Because Gaurahari is God, right? The Das is the box. The container, the vigraha, the form, right? See? But what's important is both, because that Gaurahari, that Lord Chaitanya, or Radha and Krishna, they associate with their devotees and work through their devotees. See? So it's got to be a specific Das. It's not just any Das out there. See? So that's why it's not appropriate to say just Gaurahari's place, Grace Place. No, it's Gaurahari Das's Grace Place, or anybody else who's the Das where Gaurahari is working. Otherwise, Gaurahari's not really there. See, Gaurahari is a transcendental personality, right? Yeah, see? So when you say Gaurahari, man, where is he? Well, he's going to be coming in this world through a Das, a particular Das. Otherwise, you're going to get the Gaurahari in the mode of goodness, mode of passion, or mode of ignorance, right? You want Shuddha Gaurahari Das. Gaurahari. And the Das automatically becomes Shuddhified. See? And then those who listen to such a devotee become Shuddhified also and wild with ecstatic bliss. Isn't that what's happening here? Isn't that our process? Why is it so complicated? Because the speculation makes everything like a maze. You run around in circles, man. You look at checklists. Oh yeah, that's the guru. Oh man, the guru is so simple, man. You just got to find a person empowered by Nityananda. How do you know? They make people either very attracted and delighted by their talking, their speaking, their songs, or they make them very adverse. Okay? And the indifferent ones, they spit out of their mouth, like Jesus. So seeing Lord Nityananda's, his body was fully decorated with ornaments and flower garlands. His red lips glistened with betel nuts and camphor. See, betel nuts and camphor, an intoxicant. Not supposed to be used by Vaishnavas, right? Seeing Lord Nityananda Ram's pastimes, some people became delighted, but in other people, faith in Lord Nityananda did not take birth. Okay? So, I guess you can surmise who was delighted. If you were not a Brahmin or too attached to rules and regulations, you might be delighted. But if you're too attached to rules and regulations, and like a Brahmin or a sannyasi and all that, you'll say, what is this guy? He's supposed to be like a Maharaj, right? Why is he going against the principles? Why is he going against the regulative principles by doing betel nuts and camphor? Okay? But the regular people, they don't really know, they don't care about these things so much. See, so they were delighted. So, in Navadvip lived a Brahmana who had been previously a student of Lord Chaitanya. Seeing Lord Nityananda's pastimes, this Brahmana felt a doubt take birth in his heart. See? Eating betel nut and doing these. So it caused him doubt. Why? Because he had the wrong standard of what a pure devotee is. See? He thought a pure devotee is somebody who follows the rules and regulations strictly. See? Like, look here. The Brahmana had firm devotion to Lord Chaitanya. Still, he had no power to understand Nityananda. So he had firm faith in Lord Chaitanya because Lord Chaitanya, as his pastime, followed the rules and regulations very strictly. Or as strictly as you can do without when you're in ecstasy. See? And Nityananda broke all those rules. It said right in here, he broke all the rules. You know, that was he was inspired by Lord Chaitanya to break the rules. And Lord Chaitanya followed them. So this is the problem, practical problem. Brahmins and sannyasis and gurus, they think the standard of a pure devotee is that they all follow the rules or regulations strictly, like Bhakti Siddhanta or Prabhupada. So that's why, another reason why a lot of people imitate the pure devotees, and to the point of even say, I'll deliver you. Okay? They say, look at me, I'm very austere, very renounced. Okay? And therefore I follow the rules perfectly, and I chant 1 lakh a day. I never fall down, and I can deliver you. That is the wrong standard, if that's all there is. And that's why the Lord has to teach through a Nityananda type also, a low-class, 4th-class Sudra, so that people can learn what is the real standard for deliverance and the deliverer. That's external to say, well, I'll believe in a devotee as long as they follow the rules and regulations strictly. See, because most are imitating, well, this is, we think the standard of a pure devotee is they follow the rules and regulations perfectly. Therefore, whoever will do that or appear to do that will believe them and worship them as our idol. And that's what they are. Okay? So, Lord Nityananda is going to teach this Brahmin something. Okay? So the Brahmin had firm faith in Lord Chaitanya because he followed the rules and then he could accept. See? Still, he had no power to understand Lord Nityananda. Now, how is he going to get that power to understand Lord Nityananda? Somebody's got to talk to him. See? And that's going to be Lord Chaitanya to teach him. So by the Lord's will, this Brahmin went to Jagannath Puri, where he happily stayed for some days. Every day this Brahmin went to visit Lord Chaitanya. He had great faith in Lord Chaitanya's feet. One day, by the Lord's will in a private place, this Brahmana asked a question that stayed in his heart. The Brahmana said, Lord, there is one request I would like to place before you. It's kind of a miracle doing this. This music is like, right in my ear. Nityananda Avadut wanders in Navadvip. I do not understand what kind of person he is. The people say he is in the sannyas ashram, but at every moment he chews betel nuts and camphor. On his body he wears ornaments of gold, silver, and pearls, things a sannyasi should not touch. Rejecting a saffron kopan, he wears splendid silk garments. He is always decorated with sandal paste and flower garlands. See? So, now, on the path of Vaidhi Bhakti, people think they can attain Krishna by their strength of their sadhana. This is kind of natural, but it's not the real truth. See? It's too hard to attain devotion to Krishna by only Vaidhi Bhakti. You can only get the desire to attain Krishna. like Bhagavad-Gita teaches. Okay? Unless you're like a Dhruva Maharaj and you can stop the breeding of the demigods and all that stuff, all kinds of stuff. I don't think anybody's like that. It's very rare. Okay? So the Brahmana thinks, because, see, if you're a Brahmana, the mentality is that I know, because I'm trying to maintain the mode of goodness, I can't go into a bar, I can't eat meat, I can't drink wine, I can't do this, I can't, because if I do, I'll get polluted. Now, what is the difference between Nityananda and his actual true servant? See? Why can they do that? See? So this is an important question, because the answer shows you what are the qualities of a real devotee who has the mercy of God. Okay? So the difference is the devotee on the spontaneous platform worships the Lord with loving ecstasy. See? Bhagavad-Gita 10:10. To those who worship me with loving ecstasy. That's transcendental, that's Shuddha Bhakti. That's pure devotional service. See, to those types of persons, I give them the right understanding, okay? So not only do they get the right understanding, but if they act like an ordinary person and just doing ordinary things, that other people do, that Brahmins can't do. See? So ordinary people generally get polluted, and they don't have they're not even interested in getting purified. See? And the Brahmins, they restrict themselves, Brahmins, sannyasis, and gurus, restrict themselves from these objects in this world that are in the mode of passion and ignorance. See? They cause passion and ignorance. See, so they try to maintain the mode of goodness by just doing things in the mode of goodness, activities and eating things, tasting things that are in the mode of goodness, not in the mode of passion. But that's a strict Brahmin, if you can find anybody like that. See? So Prabhupada wanted to make Brahmins like this, where they're, and it's very hard to elevate yourself through the modes to reach goodness. So it's a very hard, difficult thing. Right? So you see, that's proof that a Vaishnava is different than a Brahmin. A Vaishnava is a Shuddha Bhakta. See? They worship the Lord in loving ecstasy. And this loving ecstasy not only gives you the right understanding, but it gives you spiritual power to dissolve whatever karma is fed into that fire of your worship. So simply, that's why I said, if you come to the point, if you associate with these devotees here, you will get ecstatic attraction to the Lord, and you can, and the more ecstatic you get, then you can relax a little bit on the rules and regulations, okay? And just maintain maintain yourself by ecstatic bhajan. And then, you won't want to be like too involved in the world, but if you are, for whatever reason, in your job, or what you eat, or what you drinking, or not, it just burns up in that fire. See, but generally devotees, they don't go, to extremes on this. Okay? But they could live a normal life, a natural life, but because they actually have attained the Lord, who's beyond all this speculation and all this, they're purified just by this ecstatic worship. And not only that, they purify, like Ajamil, I used that point. Ajamil chanted one name, Namabhas, one name. And the Vishnu say, hey, he's atoned for millions of sins and millions of lives. Can you imagine if you chant Prema Bhakti, devotion, with devotion, where tears come and choking and all that stuff? He wasn't even calling Krishna. He was calling for his son named Narayan. Can you imagine if you chant Harinam consistently in ecstatic devotion, how many sins you're just dissolving? You know? And that's the atonement for whatever indiscrepancy is in this world. Even if you told a lie, this is what Yudhisthira got. You know, Yudhisthira got punished because he wouldn't listen to Krishna. He thought he was going to be purified by maintaining his honesty. But Krishna said, hey, I want you to lie. And he wouldn't do it. He said, nope, I'm Yudhisthira. I don't lie. I don't want to take the sinful reaction of that. Okay? He said, I don't want to do it. Oh, really? You're so smart there, Yudhisthira, huh? I'll teach you something. See? He had to, so the Lord, he had to suffer because he didn't understand that if you're serving the Lord's will and desire, whatever indiscrepancy there is covered, is purified. Right? I go through indiscrepancies every day. Why am I still here preaching day in and day out, all this ecstatic bhajan and crying and laughing? And why is this still going on when I'm cussing, you know, I'm breaking so many rules? Why is this going on? Because the Lord wants to show you the real standard, man. The truth is going to set you free, not the rules and finding all these. There's so many hypocrites following the rules just so they can get you to worship them. So many people misrepresenting, they're speculating all that, or they make you appear. They appear like they're following the rules. When you get closer, they might be lying to you. Who knows, man? Okay? And they certainly, you know, and so anyway, the real standard is real devotion. And this comes through the real empowered servants of the Lord. Okay? And if you listen to them, you'll get over this obstacle that the Brahmin was stopped by until he talked to Lord Chaitanya, and Lord Chaitanya set him straight. This blocks many people from coming here, this obstacle here. They say, Gaurahari, why should I go over there to him? Because he's had like a cup of masala chai tea, you know? See? But my guru, or these gurus over here, chai tea never graces their lips, man. Except nothing but lots of speculation graces their lips often. See? Because if you don't worship God in genuine, intimate, ecstatic devotion, see, then hypocrisy is going to be coming out of your mouth. Speculation will come out of your mouth. See? Criticism of the real, you won't see things as they are. See? So here you see a guy drinking the masala chai tea. I had a cup of coffee this morning, you know. See, but here I can get you over these obstacles because the Lord has made me aware of these things and I make you aware of them. The Lord has given me the experience of this loving ecstatic worship, therefore I can tell you and share with you the understanding that comes from that. And this is proven to be true because people are becoming ecstatic also just by, you know, getting, you know, having faith in this kind of preaching regardless of what you see externally here going on. Okay? Proof is in the pudding, man. Hey, man, there's so many people that claim, or maybe they do, follow strictly with Thunderbolt, Sannyasi, and Guru, with a big Srila in front of their name, and the Acharya for the millennium, and all its glory, and never fall down, always in control of their senses, and all of this, and yada yada da 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 da, and on and on and on, and the big titles. Okay? But where is this ecstatic devotion being passed on? And it's in the witnesses if it is. Just like here, you notice people, look at them getting so juiced up. How many times, look how grateful and how much glorification that Johan and Rangaleka and River and others are doing that are visible. See, they're giving just naturally from their heart. They're so grateful to be delivered, and they see, yeah, man, it's really true what Gaurahari's saying, man. What's coming out of his mouth is giving me solace. It's giving me purification. It's giving me the goal. It's giving me Krishna. See? And I tell you, it's like God. That's why it says they're acting like that verse in Caitanya-caritāmṛta, chapter 1. Transcendental poets cannot, in millions of lifetimes, repay their debt to the bona fide guru. Because you get delivered just by faith in their preaching, man. Just by hearing from them. We're here to deliver people. I got the order of Prabhupada and the blessing of Krishna, man. Whoever believes in this preaching, regardless of how many masala chai teas I have, is going to be delivered. You're going back to Vrindavan, man. I already see it. Look at Johan, man. Where do you think that guy is going? Is he going to hell? Well, there's no place in hell for a guy like that. Is he going to the earth? No place here for him either. They won't even accept him in ISKCON anymore. They say, we don't want this guy anymore. Hey, that's good fortune for you, man. So Krishna has to put you somewhere. Where is he going to put you? Where is he going to put a guy who laughs and cries and glorifies his guru in ecstasy? Where is he going to go? Well, he's just got to put you in that crazy place where only these few certain other crazies go. Because there's no place for him here, huh? Nobody wants his association except people in this Sangha here. So the Lord has to put you somewhere, right? He can't put him in hell, because they won't like him. They won't associate with him. They can't put him on earth because most people here don't like him either, especially the religious types. Hey? And he's got to take them and back. And also, they don't, even in Vaikuntha and Dwarka, he laughs and cries too much. I don't think they like his, it's too irreverent. So you got to go to Vrindavan. So why does he reject the sannyas danda and instead hold an iron rod in his hand? Why does he always stay in a Sudra's home? You see, that's why. Simply because of this obstacle here. Lord Chaitanya, this is the verse in Caitanya-caritāmṛta. Lord Chaitanya teaches real religious principles through a low-class, fourth-class Sudra to destroy the pride. See? Destroy the pride of the sannyasis, Brahmins, and so-called renunciates. See? Those who are saying that is the path to attain Krishna. But it's not. It's only the path to attain the desire to attain Krishna. See? Because if you get frustrated on that path, and because you only get the desire, that the frustration is like a desire. Where is Krishna? I really want. Why can't I attain? Why is it so dry? I'm following all the rules. I thought I'd be pleasing Krishna, but why is it so dry? Why do I look morose? Who's going to answer those questions? Well, it's probably going to be one of these low-class, fourth-class sudras that the Lord is using to teach real religious principles. See? Because the people coming here, you notice, they're coming here, they were following the rules and regulations and everything. So they need to be taught by a fourth-class person the real religious principles. So it breaks the mold. It breaks your faith in austerity, renunciation, and sadhana, and pious deeds to attain Krishna. See? You only would get the desire to attain doing those things. See, like Bhagavad-Gita said. See? See? If you can't worship me with loving ecstasy, follow the rules and regulations of the Vedas to develop a desire to attain me. See? So that desire goes where Brahman will finally say, Lord, somebody teach me. So the Lord Chaitanya was there, and he trusted the Lord, and he taught him the right thing. See, you got to be the verses, man. That's just bottom line. If I'm a guru, you got to be the verses that pertain to the guru. You got to actually be that. Literally, you got to be the personification of those Bhagavatam verses. And if you're a disciple, you got to be a personification of those verses in the book Bhagavad. See? Isn't that it? Just like Johan says. That's true. We can never pay you back for everything that we are getting from Srila Gaurahari Das Maharaj. See, that's that verse. You are that verse. See? But if you're somebody that's acting contrary to that, see, you're on an obstacle. Like we got the two over there, the turkeys. Let's name them the turkeys. The turkeys. See, they're not acting according. See, what do you need you for, man? See, they're acting contrary to that verse. So, as a disciple, we just want to jump over and be a ecstatic guru like Gaurahari Das. See, that's competition. See, all that stuff is in there. See? They cannot act according to the verse of gratefulness. But look, Johan is. Others are here. See, I do not see how these actions. Why does he stay in a Sudra's home? See, if you stay in a Sudra's home, the Sudra might be eating chicken or something. And you'll probably eat it too, like he did. He ate whatever they put before him. He lived the principle. It's funny, Jesus taught the same thing, man. Just eat whatever's put before you. See? And a Brahmana is thinking, no, I can't do that because I'll get polluted. But Jesus taught what Nityananda taught. Well, what Nityananda was. If he's staying in a Sudra's house, and they offered him fish or whatever they did, he just ate it. See? That's why Jesus said, just eat what is put before you. And he could say that because his disciples got the spirit. They had faith in a pure devotee, a living pure devotee. Okay? And so they got special mercy and special grace. If you don't, they were elevated to the transcendental platform. Okay? Therefore, getting that mercy, the sins from being born in a lower class birth, doesn't affect them. See? So everyone says Nityananda is very exalted. Why then does he not follow the rules of conduct proper for the sannyas ashram? Okay? So a real devotee, and this was taught by Lord Chaitanya, does not identify. I'm not a sannyasi. I'm not a sudra. I'm not a householder. They may be involved in any ashram or no ashram. They're none of that. They're actually they're transcendental servants of the Lord. Transcendentally situated by taste, by tasting the Maha Mantra, by tasting these pastimes. Okay? By relish, this transcendental relish, they stay transcendently situated. Okay? So that's why Bhakti Vinod said in his Sri Krishna Samhita, when a devotee attains that status, it's their prerogative whether they follow the rules or regulations or not. Because it's not the rules that purify. What is the purpose of following a rule? To purify you, right? See? to purify you. So you follow the rules to be purified. But when your purification is by taste, do you need the rule? Well, you may follow it for, so you don't cause a disturbance for mankind, or you may not follow it to teach. Like here, it's very important to teach how a low-class, fourth-class Sudra here can take the name Srila Bhaktivedanta and say, I can deliver you because I have the experience of Bhakti. I have it in a mature stage. The book shows me that I have it. Therefore, and I got the order, Prabhupada, and the blessing of Krishna. Therefore, I can confidently say, without any doubt, without even a sesame seed's worth of doubt, I'll deliver anybody here the box here and what's inside that box will deliver anybody here who believes this wild and crazy, truthful preaching. You will, in this life, you will be delivered just by holding on, just like that picture Meena had, onto the coattails here. Because that's how much spiritual power is here, and it's already being proven. You bring me one guru who would dare say that. You show me one. See? I say it because it's backed up with so much weight. It's a weighty statement, man. Jesus had the same backing, man. And we do too. Now, I'm surprised too. This preaching is like, wow, man. Hey, man, be logical, be smart, be intelligent, check it all. Doesn't that make sense? Prabhupada gave me the order to teach Raganuga Bhakti and manifest Vrindavan, pure devotional service. Krishna concurred, said, yes, my second disciple. You get me because of your guru. See? These students coming here, they're also saying, yeah, man, I'm getting experiences here. Man, this is very good. Beyond that, transcendental. See? And the book, and then the slam dunk is the book. It confirms everything. See? So those who develop that faith, you will get it just like those who have already. Amazing, huh? You see how important Nityananda is? And do you see how important the real representative Nityananda is now? Meaning, whether they're a Brahmin or a sannyasi, a Brahmin or a Sudra deliverer, the Sudra deliverer is better, especially because there's so many of these people who have faith. See? So many people have faith in the sannyasi way of deliverance. That's why you notice the gurus are usually, almost always, sannyasis. But hey man, better to take a Sudra who doesn't follow any principles externally if they got real bhakti. Yeah, if you got the cash in your pocket, just go out and buy one. You got to work by the sweat of your brow here, man. When at that auspicious moment, so everyone says Nityananda is very exalted. Why does he not follow the rules and conduct proper for the sannyas ashram? What is the heart of all this? Lord, if in your heart you accept me as your servant, then please tell me with your graceful mouth. So, when at an auspicious moment the saintly Brahmana asks this question, Lord Chaitanya, without trying to deceive him, explained to him the truth. See, without trying to deceive him. Yeah. You know, I want to read more of this later, but I have to stop now. So, your turn, whoever wants to go on. How about you, River? River, I tell you, River, you guys get first choice, River or Janaki. If Janaki can give a class, okay? And then whoever else wants to come next. Okay? Hare Krishna, everybody.